There you are. Hi guys. So this is my second Periscope, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about the why. I started the business aspect of my Plexus journey. Yesterday I talked to you guys about the why of why I started taking Plexus as a customer. And I have to start out by saying that why of taking it as a customer is what propelled me into the why of the business, because what I found in taking Plexus, 3 weeks into taking Plexus, I found substantial medical relief from all of the abdominal pain that I'd been having in 3 weeks. 3 weeks. And I saw that it was helping some dear ones in my life, also with some medical issues that traditional medicine had not touched in the same way. And so from that, I was like, yes, this is something I want to be a part of. And so what I'm going to do, you guys, is I'm going to tell you about my belief in the business, because we all know, I'm a therapist by trade, and I know that when you put something down on paper and you say, this is the reason why I want to do this, that you are much more likely to live that why than if you just keep it in your head. So put it on paper. That's my first thought for you. So here's the why and the business aspect. You guys have to know this about me. Way back when I was an itty bitty kiddo, cemented in my mind as my role in life was to be a fighter. I am a fighter by nature. If there's a problem that enters into my path, my job is to fight it, to get to success, and to be a protector. So as I grew up, and became an adult and got married, my husband never put that role on me, but it was a self-imposed role that was so deeply scripted in my heart, that I saw my job as still doing that, as being a protector, a fighter. And my role in doing that was to get a job, secure insurance, and bring in a salary to help us pay our bills. My husband is a private small business residential construction owner, and he doesn't carry insurance. So it was my job. I knew it. And you guys, I stayed with jobs way longer than I ever should have, that sucked the heart and soul and joy out of my life, because I wanted to fulfill that role, right? To carry insurance and to have a regular salary to help us pay our bills. And things happen in life as we had children, and occurrences in life that cemented that more and more in my head. We had a baby about 4 years ago in the NICU for about a month and a half, and his care cost nearly $500,000. And if I hadn't had that job that provided insurance and a good salary, we would never have survived that financially. And there were some other things that happened later in the last 2 to 3 years that also cemented that. And so along with that role of I'm a fighter, I'm a protector, really the underbelly of that, you guys, was fear. If I'm not that, then everything is going to become undone for us. And I didn't have a lot of faith. When it came to that area of life, especially financial security. That was a missing component. And so I had this idea in my mind of starting a private therapy practice for a long time. But you guys, I always said to myself, can't do it because I will lose security. There's no guarantee of income. And there's no group insurance. There's that horrible private insurance with high deductibles and out-of-pocket maximums and high premiums. There's just no way. But my husband, who, bless him, always knows that he believes that I'm 100 times braver and more capable than what I ever think that I am. He saw my soul dying, and he said, no, you have to do this. You're not in this alone. We can do this. And we have faith, not just in ourselves, but in a God who is a sustainer and a protector, when you don't need to be the sustainer and the protector. You need to be obedient and walk in faith. And you guys, I did. And I was so proud and excited, and I still am because I love my business. But I opened the business in August of 2015. By September, the worst thing that I ever thought would happen happened. My medical, I started having horrible pain, and I won't go into all the details, but it was horrible. And I saw all the specialists, and I had surgery, and the pain just got worse and worse and worse. And all of our savings completely down the drain. In fact, we had no savings, and all of our bills still weren't paid for. And we were, you guys, on the outside, we looked like, you know, the American dream of a family. But we were living like middle-class poverty. We were poverty. We barely had enough to get groceries, pay gas. We were not doing anything extra. And we were drowning. And with that drowning, I took on guilt and blame of what have I done? I have failed. And beat myself up. And I started having a lot of panic attacks. And was mentally not feeling strong, and spiritually not feeling strong. And so at this time, and I think that everything is for a purpose and a time and a reason. The things that are hardest for us, there's always a reason. And maybe we'll never see them on this side of heaven, but there's always a reason. So what happened was, when I started taking Plexus, I gained belief in the wellness side of Plexus, that it did what it said it would do, because I was living it. And once I had the belief, I started thinking, I have to share this financially. I have to share this with other people. And so I did. And within that first month, I met the first rank of Silver Ambassador. And I started growing a team of people below me who also had belief, because they experienced what Plexus was doing in their life. And I have not had to pay for my products after that first initial month. Plexus has done that. Plexus has given my family hope that we are not living paycheck to paycheck. My husband no longer has to take out a second job. I am no longer having panic attacks. So my major why from the business standpoint of Plexus is, for us, I never want to have to live in that fear-based state of financial insecurity and fear again. I don't need to be the wealthiest of the wealthy, but I don't want to live in fear. I want to have freedom. I want to be able to give money freely to people. I want to be able to invest in the charities that I believe in, and give freely without fear. And Plexus does that. Plexus does that. Finally, guys, before I sign off, I had this aha moment. So beyond that whole testimony and the why, is thinking about it this way. I am a helper. God created me to be a helper. That's why I chose my profession as a clinical therapist, because I love to help people. That's where I feel the most fulfilled. And I think about my friends who are also in helping professions, who are teachers, who are nurses, who are in active ministry. And I think about the wealth that they pour into other people, not monetary, but spiritual, emotional, relational, educational, even medical, and how valued those services are or should be. And I think about how little our Western culture values them in terms of compensation and financial. Because let's face it, our culture rewards financially with that which they feel has worth. And so we're really backwards. Except for Plexus, here's what happens. I get to do what I love. I get to be a helper and share that which I know and I believe because I've experienced and I see it day in and day out as being helpful, which when the body is well, the mind is well, relationships are well, and I can live as an active agent in God's kingdom and do his work. This is big. This is big. Plexus, however, equals the playing field. I can do what I'm designed to do, to share well with others. And it compensates me in a generous way so that I can also have financial freedom to be able to further do that work well. That for me is amazing. And I think if you believe that and you know that is true, I think, how do you not share that with other people? How do you not share that? How do you not, when you look at your friends who are struggling financially, not give them this opportunity? If they choose not to take it, that's fine. But it's on me to share the opportunity for them. So that's my aha moment of the day. I love being able to share this with you, and I hope that you all have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thanks, guys.